Hello, teacher Horner. My name is Valfredo Morales Lozano, and my team is my teammates are Cesar Fernando Chavez Orozco and Diego Rodrigo Hernandez. We are going to present the AMLOS 40 is a fraud. Okay. Well, first I'm gonna tell you about the fuel shortage. On January 11 of 2017 was the beginning of Andrés Manuel government, and the average of 350,000 barrels per day are imported. This is 28% less compared to December 2017 and January of 2018, according to the data from the Clipper data research firm. The reduction of imports is due to the closure of pipelines as a part of the strategy to combat gasoline debt. This has caused that at least 15 tankers are waiting was waiting in the Gulf of Mexico to discharge the fuel, and according to specialists and officials consulted by the newspaper. Okay, during an interview of our president, he declared that what was published in the Wall Street Journal was false, and disqualifying the newspapers as unbelievable and being a newspaper that lacked seriousness. In addition, this so-called strategy to combat gasoline debt has been affecting the people of Mexico. Citizens who want to refuel had to wait hours at different stations of all the country. For example, the line to charge gasoline at a gas station on the Mexico-Toluca highway was about 1.5 kilometers. Oh my God. Also, I want to tell you about the start of the present year 2019 that was one of the most violent of which there is registration, with 8,493 people murdered. In January, February and March of the present year, 8,493 people were murdered in our country. This was one of the most violent first quarter that has been recorded in the history of this country. According to the figures of the Executive Secretariat of the National Public Security System, in March alone there were 2,836 victims of manslaughter, an average of 91.48 cases per day. Even this month it is likely to exceed those registered in March of 2018 by 2.4%. This contrasts with the new statistics of the federal government, which presume that the violence has been controlled and that it has under-registered since the President Security Report back in March said that were 2,204 homicide victims with a daily average of 77.5 daily cases. This is an underreporting of 18% in the month of March compared to the official figures of the National Public Security System.
So, the refinery. On December 9th of 2019, the government of Mexico announced the National Refining Plan, which, among other actions, included the proposal for the implementation of the 7th refinery in the country, in the Dos Bocas Port, municipality of Paraíso, in the state of Tabasco. On Monday, March 25, the Minister of Energy, Rocío Naale Garcia, announced during an interview the names of the company that Pemex invited in a restricted manner to the tender process for the construction of the refinery, which are Worley Parsons, Jacobs, Technip, and KBR. This goes very much against to what was expressed by the same Secretary of Energy, in the sense that, and I'm quoting, the invitation would be restricted to avoid the risk of conducting an international tender in which companies with a story of corruption could participate. Nor is this action consistent with the declaration of the President of the Republic, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, in the sense that he wishes to moralize everything related to hiring, since the companies invited were seriously involved in corruption scandals worldwide. To say the least, Benchel Technique has been linked with controversies such as its expulsion from Bolivia for alleged illegal practices aiming to privatize the water service in Cochabamba. It was also criticized for the alleged illegal extraction of materials of the Republic of Congo and its masterpiece corruption case in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, where they admitted paying bribes to build petrochemical plant in the region in 2017. Tajik has also been investigated for corruption cases in Italy, Argentina, Brazil, and the United States, all linked with deep and proven cases. Technip has also agreed to pay $338 million and settle charges in the USA for bribes to Nigerian government officials to obtain construction contracts to implement fuel gas facilities. And then, filtered documents reveal that the companies Morgi and Una Oil could earn hundreds of thousands of dollars if they helped the consortium headed by Worley Parsons with the contract in the Kazakhstan oil field, located in, as I said, Kazakhstan, in 2016. The American engineering giant KBR was also involved in acts of corruption with Una. Finally, in 2016, the Chinese subsidiary of the American company Jacobs was banned to participate in consulting contracts for the Hong Kong government for a year. The reason for this was the falsification of quality tests on the materials of a bridge between Hong Kong and Zhuhai and Macau, for which 21 employees of Jacobs China were arrested. Then, let's talk about the first report of the government of Hong Andrés Manuel López Obrador arrives at this first government report with a problem. The fourth transformation is not transforming what he owed. Neither the economic or social gaps have been closed. Much has to change so that the legacy of AMLO is possible. Today, his 40 is a fiasco. Nobody expects Mexico to be transformed in a year, of course. But at the time of this first balance of government, López Obrador has not fulfilled his great campaign plans. If you propose to transform Mexico, you must live up to your promise. To do so, AMLO must change. Instead of reinterpreting a leader of the old regime, he must be a statesman. And for this, you must understand that there is no other data. Instead of neglecting the facts that contradict, you have to accept them in order to improve them. The President owes economic, political, and social responses. The economic performance of the country has been unfortunate, partly affected by the global forecast of recession, but above all, 40 is an anthology of grandiloquent promises. There has been no political renewal, but the deepening of the old vices of Mexican politics and some imports are not profitable to fashion populism. The social scenario has not changed either. Racism will not be solved by presidential decree, and the greatest civil actor of these days, feminism, is a change that the Mexican government has not taken seriously. With almost 1 year in office, 4T looks too much like an improvised plan. According to AMLO itself, his project amounts to the end of neoliberalism, violence and corruption. Failure to meet the new changes condemns a bleak scenario. The country will continue to drag its problems of violence, economic stagnation, inequality, and toxic presidentialism. Thank you.
Bartlett illicit share. The Ministry of Public Administration report on the opening of the investigation filed regarding the declaration of assess and interest of the Director General of Federal Election Commission, Annette Bartlett. According to said Secretariat, the field is open in response to an anonymous complaint. This occurs after the report of the journalist Pablo Loreto Mola and W Radio, and on his website, a report by the journalist Arely Quintero was realized, where it's noted that Bartlett declared that he was a fortune of 51 million of pesos, an annual income of 11 million. Also, in reality, according to the investigation, these assets are 70 larger only in properties. The report adds that Bartlett chose relative companies and personal names, has made a real estate empire of 25 properties, with an approximate value of more than 200 million of pesos. In the face of accusations without any evidence that had circulated in the media, expressed by categorical rejections and under protest of telling the truth, I affirm that what I had declared before the authority is the only heritage that possesses, neither a way nor a less way. I think it's very serious that one of the main officials of the supposedly austere Anglo government is accused of those crimes, and hope that is not another case in which the government feels the investigation those above public criticism. Then, the Pirateria at Culiacan. Shooting, boxes, and burning of vehicles hit Thursday, October 17, and different point of Culiacan, Sinaloa, after federal authorities locate Ovidio Guzman Lopez, son of the drug trafficker Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, in a residence in that city. Reports were given contradictory about where and not was arrested. During this action, one of them was identified as Ovidio Guzman Lopez. The boy enumerated several organized crime groups surrounding the house. With the first break that of the patrol, other groups also carried out violent actions against the citizens in various points of the city, generating a panic situation, said Durazo. The Secretary of Public Security of Sinaloa, Cristóbal Castañeda, informed that the conformation registered in the different points of the city derives from an operation carried out by the Army. The official told Milenio Television that in addition to clashes with Army civilians, there was blockage inside the city, as well as in boats and escape in the Aguaruto prison in Culiacan. According to the Secretary of Government of Sinaloa, between 20 and 30 persons